with the Riven and the Yone, but I'd expect Random to play Yone. Of course, Random, in my opinion, is still one of the best players in EMEA. He's been around since day one. He's been there. He's been to international tournaments. He's been to EMEA tournaments. And all around the world.
I think you much prefer Vapo's side with the Camille lockdown. You can see again, Camille maybe going for a solo kill, Barrier helping out Random, and the Galio ultimate, but it's not enough damage. Quant comes in with the Ornn to try and knock up, and CC, the double knock up with the ultimate as well. Random is somehow still alive. Had to go back, get the honey fruit, keep himself alive, and the rest of International Jobcenter is in. Big Gnar ulti to try and turn the fight around, but it's not enough. And Random, the Barrier comes in clutch in the end, survives that engage from Camille.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like the matchup's a little bit easier here for him against the Camille, but hold up, that little thought. I mean, there's a lot going on here into the mid side of the map here. We do see, obviously, the Enchanted Ensemble come and drop down, looking to take some of those shielding plates off the side of Vapo for now. A lot more gold going up to the side of International Jobcenter is going to be great and dandy for them. The Ornn ult has to be committed. It does miss, but it is going to be enough for the Rumble to get the here at the top side of the map.
All right.
Ornn, the Gnar, Queenie here, just trying to kind of get a feel out here. We do get the Ornn ult come through. The knock up onto the Rise. Lilo goes down. It is going to be the barrage coming through for the Ezreal as well. He's able to do a lot of damage onto the side of Vapo, but it's going to be enough to keep them away from that T1 into the top side of the map. Minion wave naturally going to crash in here. Should be able to take it for the side.
He's dealing a lot of damage, but he's also going to have a crazy amount of survivability as well. And just to make things worse for Queenie, he's just gonna get absolutely destroyed. There's the combo again. The Ornn knock up into the Rumble ultimate. There is just nothing that you can do right now for Vapo. The Ezreal that's going to be out, the Gnar, the Camille as well. So it's all about, how you draft this game number 2 and game number 3 as the Rumble ultimate comes on through. They're trying to dive into this mid lane tower. They do need to be a little bit careful though. Getting the tower is probably the best thing to do. As Vapo do get a kill back, the tower is taken. So International Jobcenter do come through for the tower and they do make it.
Yeah, the International Jobcenter dead to rights there. Vapo is still going to be very far behind. They aren't able to get the actual Dragon Soul at the end of it. Queenie looking very low here. Snorlax going in. Does get CC'd by the Camille, and Rise is able to get a kill there. So Lilo coming through. Damage is coming online now for the side of Vapo, but is it going to be enough? The CC combo is coming through for the Ornn and the Rumble. Into the back line is a Random. Takes down Tung Tung Sahur once more, but still, that's a 3-1 trade. Vapo here looking like they're going to go down. Arms swinging. Quanta is going down as well, potentially here. Definitely need to try and retreat, or at least try and get some kind of hope here. Or Random going in. Potential, just like, hey guys, we're already ahead. We've got a minion wave crashing into the mid lane.
Of ages, so it's going to be so difficult to try and figure out what you're going to be doing with this build and where you're going to be placing in this team fight. So Rise ultimate comes on through though.
Yeah, a lot of damage going on here already. I mean, they're able to take down the Baron Nashor for the side of International Jobcenter, which is going to be their penultimate goal within that engage. 3 members down for the side of Vapo as well. Is not going to be looking great for them here. Obviously, we have a huge minion wave crashing into the mid lane as well. And it's only Queenie and Camille here just trying to keep themselves alive. So I feel like this is going to be it. Game 1 here for International Jobcenter, using the status there from Galio just to try to bait out, sorry, not Galio, Ornn, and it's going to be enough here for International Jobcenter to get the victory.
Yeah, very clean early game for International Jobcenter. I think you really saw that when it got into the mid lane, when it got into the rotations for International Jobcenter, the rotation into the bot side, Random surviving that 1v1 early on with the Barrier, them getting the triple kill in the early game, gave them that little bit of gold lead. I'm not cancelling it out just yet.
Potential Wukong here into the mid lane. I mean, going against Darius. I mean, they're not going to go face to face at the mid lane anyway, right? They're definitely going to obviously split apart, go down to the one side of the map anyway. Yeah, so
for their jungle camps to spawn though, you can see the pings going down, knowing that the Olaf is on this bottom side. Top side though, Jax is also a level ahead, so it's a bit back and forth at the moment, but definitely a big advantage for Vapo in this early game.
Yeah, they've got to be careful, right? They've got to make sure that they don't get ganked. You can kind of see that's what Vapo's gone for, and obviously gain that vision here, but a big commitment here for Queenie going in with the Olaf. Counter-Strike is going to be enough to actually keep them away as well.
Oh, it's just the horror of an engage. Like, we have Queenie jumping in, but just at the complete wrong time. It's just really, it was just having a very, very difficult time this game, being put further and further behind. The Rift Herald's already taken. That's going to be used in that mid lane. Leona ulti completely misses as there's exchange coming on through. Rakan uses the quickness. As soon as Leona jumps on in, they can get one kill here, and they might be able to get more with the Jax jumping back in, but it's so difficult for them to lock down these targets. The sleepy time comes on through. Queenie runs on in and gets a few more kills as well. So that's 3 kills over to Vapo in this trade, and it means that they can try and look to go towards this dragon as well. Lilia proving to be a really big pick in this early game.
Yeah, it's definitely working well for them, right? I mean, they're going for the second neutral objective here, getting the Infernal Drake, which, I mean, if they're able to sort of take the attack within these team fights, they're playing it very well. Definitely a better Vapo than game number 1, right? I mean, they definitely have more kills at this point in the game as well. 1v1 the top side of the map. Random is definitely taking a little bit of damage. The DOT is taken down.
Yeah, really big mistake again from Vapo. You know, the Rakan rotating up to bot side, trying to defend against the Darius. Meanwhile, Varus is left all by himself to mid. And what did I just mention about Lee Sin? He's a champion that wants to scaling on both compositions as well. I think I'd much prefer Vapo's composition in terms of scaling. You know, the Varus is going to be very scary later on. The Wukong, the Lilia, and the Olaf are just going to be running you down, and the scaling is looking very, very strong. This Darius might find it a little bit difficult as well, but as I mentioned, things like armor is going to be very important for this team. Of Snorlax jumping in onto the backline, onto that Varus. Again, the Varus completely caught out by Snorlax. They go for a tower dive in that mid lane. They really wanted to try and get their mid lane tower, but it basically lost their whole lives for it. And they even lose the random, using the ghost to try and engage here. Uses that flash as well with the pull. Snorlax is going to try and burst down, but the sleepy comes in, but it does not.
Got the slam dunk, got the kill, and he was just like, I'm getting out of here. GG's. FF at 15. But right now we are seeing a bit of a push into the bot side of the map. We do have the minion wave come through random. Looking to chunk a bit of damage from Lilo here onto the Wukong. And Wukong is definitely taking a lot of damage here from the Zeri. Zeri just working it down, using the ultimate as well.
Oh my god.
Damage. The healing comes through just a nick of time there.
Really nice ulti flash, but he still has the counter strike as well. Lilia can't follow up either. Lilia still doesn't have her ultimate, so it's so difficult for her to try and catch. She is going to get that extra movement speed, but here comes the rest of International Jobcenter, and that is a wasted flash for the Varus, and they're going to look for the re-engage instead. Quant does bait out the stasis, does use the flash to get away as well. Queenie's going to try and jump on through with the ultimate, but it does mean it's going to be very, very squishy, and this fight could go either way right now as the members, the sleepy actually comes on through in the end. The backline is getting lower and lower for International Jobcenter, but Zeri is still alive. There's another Varus ultimate that came through. He just used that 20 seconds ago. Where did he find that one from? Another piercing arrow as well. Double kill for the Varus, and it's a team fight winner, potentially the Baron over to Vapo.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you were talking about earlier, Stu, was the fact that the Varus, obviously, as the game progresses, his damage is going to hurt. I mean, he missed one of his snipes there onto the side of International Jobcenter in the early part of that.
Tier 2 does go down. Meanwhile, Carlos is still pushing in that bot side, so he's trying to make sure that all 3 inhibitors don't get taken down. No inhibitors are down just yet. They're engaging onto the Zeri. The cleanse does come on through, though, and it's going to be very difficult for them to try and escape this one. Again, going for the tower dive, going all the way through. Olaf is like Bromacia and runs all the way straight under the Nexus. It's enough to distract.
Any kind of like global BP, right? Like, if you take away AP heroes, champions in one game, your enemy team can't use them as well. So that's what they're playing with their strengths here. We do see the quickness being committed in straight away. That is a huge takedown for the side of Vapo, taking down the Leona for now. Olaf straight to the backline there, takes down Shy as well. One of their only damage outputs, and then leave them only with Snorlax standing. Snorlax is just like, guys, you were here a moment ago, now you are gone. And right now, Vapo have that mini wave to the top side of the map that they can really just push here, forcing the recall here for Snorlax. Is he going to come? Is he going to answer the call? Probably not.
No, he's not going to answer it. He was trying to stop the minion wave, but he completely forgot about the top wave. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a series on our hands. 1-1 between International Jobcenter and Vapo as we head into game number 3. And to remind everyone, this is Fearless Draft, baby. 10 champions are now going to be out of the pool completely for this game, as Blam, I think, was frozen for
Frozen.
He's good now. He's back. He's back with us. He's a bit surprised. Going to be the one taking the Aurelion Soul. So we're going to be seeing Aurelion Soul in the draw lane, which is interesting to say the least, for sure. I mean, like I said, sometimes it can be very difficult when you're fighting a lot. Obviously, Aurelion Sol is a champion that just wants to sit mid lane, stop a lot of the damage from coming through. The isolated 1v1 might be a little bit difficult for Mordekaiser, might not be able to win it, but there's a few engages here though. The flash already comes on through. Queenie flashes away, but the Alistar flashes back in. Queenie tries his best. First blood for Queenie on the back line. He doesn't have a way to escape though. Aurelion Sol was going to follow up. The Mordekaiser inside the ultimate, flashing away from Shyvana's ulti as well. And now they're going to collapse onto the Syndra. There's the dive potential that you was talking about, Blam. But this time, it's for International Jobcenter, and they can look to try and invade even more.
Yeah, looking to take even more from the side of Vapo as well. Queenie looking pretty low here. Probably not going to escape this one. Doesn't have the flash off cooldown. It is going to take down there as well. Quite gets the kill, but it is then paid back by Susanoo as well. So currently a 1-1 trade overall for both of these teams. Susanoo still into the thick of it. Getting a triple man knocker, push him back quite into the turret as well. It's going to be enough damage to take down Snorlax as well as Quain.
Forces out Zaya's ultimate in the bot side of the map that we just saw, but it's Quant the one engaging with that Maokai ultimate, and they're jumping in straight onto the Syndra. Snorlax again with the solo kill onto the Syndra. Does get ulted though by the Mordekaiser, but he might actually die for it. Oh, it's so close. Queenie trying to take the Herald. He does take it in the end. He flashes away. He survives as well. But overall, it's a team fight win here for International Jobcenter. And you're seeing the power when it comes into these early exchanges. That means Alistar had to go back to base, and maybe this dragon is going to go into the hands of International Jobcenter. It's actually stolen in the end by the Zaya. The feathers coming on through in the end is a big difference. Mordekaiser ultimate hasn't come through just yet, I don't think. I don't think, he doesn't have his ultimate just yet. He has it in a few seconds, so he can look to try and make a trade-off. Queenie does go down, but job secured here for Vapo, and they were able to take the objective and give Shyvana to try and escape there from the Alistar. Meanwhile, they're trying to get the mid lane tower. They do secure that mid lane tower. The Aurelion Sol, though, you can see, has the upgraded ultimate. The slows come on through as well with the Rylai's, but the escape is going to be fine. Feathers recall as well is very clean, but I don't think it's going to be enough as Queenie tries to flash and tries to save, but nothing's going to happen there. The Alistar goes down. They're going to try and dive in onto the Zaya as well. I don't think she has ultimate anymore. Another kill in the mid lane goes onto the Zaya, and that dive potential that was already there for International Jobcenter just got even scarier here.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, right? I mean, this all started obviously from random.
The extra magic shield, and Alistar looks like he's completely caught out, unfortunately. Zaya actually has to use the feathers to try and get away, but look at the Aurelion Sol ultimate. It's so scary to try and escape from. The feathers do come on through, and they do survive, but it does mean that International Jobcenter are going to get full priority over this Baron. And Random, again, as you mentioned before, not even in these fights, just diving over and over again, and there's no one that can deal with him. He gets a 2 versus 1 kill, but Queenie on the other side trying to get some more kills, but he's all by himself. The Zaya and the Mordekaiser is back in the base. A few kills now, 3 for 1 trade for International Jobcenter, and they're going to rush straight towards this Baron.
Yeah, not looking too good for our boys Vapo here. I mean, definitely in this game 3, they are not leading the game in kills, gold, or
super minions rolling in as well. You can see Fiora again going straight up into that top lane. Just going to try and go for the solo kill onto Mordekaiser. I think it's going to be easy pickings in the end. There you go. Solo kill for the Fiora. Again, another kill, another solo kill for Random. He has been absolutely destroying it. Such a great ultimate there as well. Zaya doesn't even have her ultimate to try and escape. Tries to cleanse and flash away, but it does not matter. The Aurelion Sol comes flying on through. Rampage for Shy, and that's going to be game number 3 to International's Jobcenter.
Yeah, huge ace there from International Jobcenter as they push the crystal as well. The Nexus is going to go down super duper easy in this game of 3. What a dominant performance here from International Jobcenter, claiming back that second point they need. They only need 1 point away now, as well, to try and round this out for this. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, what could he have gone for instead, right? Especially in terms of, obviously, Renekton being
I need to have the champions in front of me, to be honest with you, to see like what else is left.
Exactly. I mean, we can surmise.
Very difficult, and you're seeing at the moment the Volibear just has constant priority. And Snorlax gets flushed away by Lilo, but Snorlax getting the first blood here in the bot. Seen here, Viego itemization, very different to what we usually see. As Snorlax diving in onto the Vayne, but there's the Lulu Wild Growth, going to give the extra health over to the Vayne. And you're seeing that the Vayne is all the way onto the backline as the cameraman also went to Narnia. We've had multiple people go to Narnia this game, but the Vayne is still alive, still on the rift at the moment. And you're seeing how scary this Swain is in the backline. That huge AoE damage in the end. Vayne nearly got caught. Farm the jungle and really get as much gold as possible. As Snorlax does not want that dragon. He wants to kill instead.
He wants to kill instead. He's going in on top of him as well. It is not going to be enough. The aftershock comes through as well from Random. It's going to be enough of damage there to take down. But there it is, the Volibear dive. They do both flash out as well. Not getting the single knockup, but Queenie's still into the thick of it as well. Gets taken down, bursted by Quant and Carlos.
And it's into the game. That's sometimes where normally the second dragon spawns on through, but it's only going to be one dragon this game. Might mean that we might not even get the soul this game. I'm not too sure exactly on the timings, but we'll have to wait and see. As there's a dive again, this time from International Jobcenter. Maybe the Nunu going a little bit too far. The scary thing for International Jobcenter is I feel like they have to end this game sooner rather than later because the Vayne is scaling. They do have a gold lead, but it's not that big of a gold lead. But Queenie here, Carlos might have overextended a little bit too far here.
Yeah, getting punished in this 3v1 potentially. I mean, he was able to try and soak a lot of that damage.
Goes the stronger Vapos comp gets with the Lulu and the Vayne and also the Swain scaling as well.
Oh, CC does fall onto the, so not the Swain, sorry, onto the Lulu. Almost getting taken down there. Volley goes down first part of the team fight, but here it is. Lilo as well, but the aftershock comes through, takes down Lulu. Down goes Vayne as well, but that is overall a ace for the side of International Jobcenter. This is exactly what they need, especially with the Baron up.
Incredible play there from Snorlax, getting that route onto the Volibear, and then the follow-up from Quant as well on the Nunu. That isolated damage onto that Volibear. Had to use the ultimate really defensively. Didn't want to use the ultimate, but had to use it defensively. Side pushing in the mid and pushing top lane as well. All three lanes are getting pushed in right now for Vapo. They put up a great fight in this series, but I think it's going to have to come up with a miracle now in this one to try and come back. Shockwave again from Random is absolutely huge. There's an exchange happening topside as well, but Random gets another kill, this time onto the Vayne. Snorlax is jumping in with the Vayne, taking the soul in the end and taking the next one as well, flashing away to safety. Snorlax is on fire with this Viego pick, and this might be game number 4 going in the favor of International Jobcenter. That's everyone down. It's the Enchanter, it's the Lulu left standing, but Lulu can't do anything when there's 5 brawlers running through the base, and International Jobcenter win game 9 before and make it to tomorrow's grand final.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like we're going to get the full best of 5 in this series. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see them try all the way to get their noggins scratching and their brains working. Obviously, with like, what, about 40 champions taken off of the board there.